I left my husband after I paid someone to infect him with HIV. Hi, Amara. I've been married for 14 years. We have 3 children, 2 beautiful girls and a boy. In the beginning, my marriage was everything I prayed and dreamed of. The first 3 years felt like heaven on earth. We laughed, we prayed, we planned our future, and I thought I had found my forever. But everything changed. I began to notice the late nights, the hushed phone calls, and sudden distance. And when I confronted him, he looked me in the eye and denied everything. He twisted it so well that in the end, I was the one that apologized. Imagine apologizing to someone you knew was hurting you, simply because you had no evidence. That was me. I swallowed my pain, just to end the silence, because he kept malice with me for over a month. But I know I was right. The day I caught him with evidence, I thought he would finally repent. Instead, this man smirked and looked me in the eye and said, "I'm an African man. You should be happy I don't bring them home. Whatever I do it outside." Amara, I was speechless. My hands shook. My chest tightened. But I said nothing. From that day, I withdrew. I stopped talking to him, stopped hoping, poured all my love into my children and my business. I told myself, let him live his life. I will live mine. Then came the betrayal that broke me completely. I started dating one of my sales girls. That was the height of my pain. Something inside me snapped. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. I planned. I hired street boys, bought them enough drinks, cigarettes, and paid them well. They found him, beat him mercilessly, and warned him to leave that girl alone. When he staggered home that night, bruised, swollen, I asked him what happened. He mumbled excuses. I hid my laughter. I helped him clean his wound, wrapped his bandages, and watched him stay indoor, humiliated. For a moment, I thought maybe this would change him, but it didn't. It only fueled him. His cheating went from level 1 to level 3, Amara. And at that point, I realized pain was not enough. I had to break him where it would hurt him forever. So I found a girl living with HIV. I asked around in the hospital. I told her not to just sleep with him once, but to date him, to make it feel real. And he was cheap, careless, greedy, and fell into the trap. He thought he was enjoying himself. But I was just watching from a distance, pretending not to know, smiling at home, cooking his meals, while he walked freely into destruction. Months later, he began to fall sick. Today it was headache, tomorrow fever, next day weakness. At first, he thought it was malaria. When the drugs didn't work, I pushed him to go to the hospital. We went to the hospital, ran tests, and when the results finally came back, it was HIV positive. When the doctor said it, I acted shocked. I screamed at the doctor, demanded another test, cried fake tears. Deep inside, I was laughing. Not because HIV is a joke. It isn't. But because he brought it upon himself. Because he looked me in the eye and said he was an African man. Free to destroy me. Free to betray me. Now, he sits at home all day. Silent. Weak. Sometimes, I catch him crying. When he thinks no one is watching. And when I ask him, he says nothing. I look at him. And in my mind, I laugh. Someone will ask, why didn't I leave earlier? Maybe because I wanted him to feel the weight of everything he did to me. Maybe because walking away would have been too easy for him. But now, I am ready. I have protected myself and my children. We haven't shared a bed in a long time, so I'm safe. I did a test, so I'm safe. My kids are safe. And him? He's left alone with the sickness he chose for himself. At this point, I have left, not in anger, not in tears, but with peace. Because justice has been served.
I met my husband in 2018. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, and he doesn't like parties. He's a wonderful man. Later, he started insisting to meet my family, and we did. My family loved him very much. As a business person, I took a break from business to meet with his family. They were very nice and welcoming to me. He showed me love. Along the line, I got pregnant in 2018. He was excited, as well as both families. He treated me well. The same year, we got married. My son came with a lot of blessings, to the point that we finished our own house and moved in. After we moved in, I noticed my husband changed. He stopped coming home. That was when I found out he was cheating. He apologized and blamed it on distance due to his work. He then decided to buy another house so that we can move in there and be closer to his workplace. But that didn't happen. One day, I just felt it in my spirit that he had stopped giving me updates about the new house. It was from one excuse to the other. Then I decided to send someone to pay that place a visit. That was when I found out that he lives there with his mistress. I decided to dig further and found out they are properly married. Court marriage, engagement, everything was done. Even his family members knew about it and they said nothing to me because he's the breadwinner. His mistress, who is now his new wife, took away everything that meant something to me. His family called for a meeting. I came and that witch was sitting next to my husband. pregnant. Tears filled my eyes when they introduced her as my co-wife. They were all in on it. They deceived me. I went back home that day to an empty bed. My husband did not see me worthy. He stayed with her despite my emotional breakdown. After some time, he came home begging for forgiveness. I forgave him because I love him more than life itself. I love my marriage. The next day, he woke me up at the middle of the night to talk about Japa plans, that it will help our finances now that the family is bigger. I fasted and prayed for it to work out. That weekend, he left my place, and on a Monday, he said that his visa was approved and that he'll be traveling on Wednesday. I was shocked and broken. I thought you said you were just about to start the process. How come the visa is out all of a sudden and you already booked your ticket for Wednesday? He began to beg again for forgiveness. I forgave him because he's my husband. So I told him that I and his son would like to escort him to the airport and take photos and say goodbye. He turned it down quickly. That was when it dawned on me that something was off. That Wednesday came and he did not even pick my calls. He did not call me. I was very worried. While I was scrolling through my WhatsApp status, I checked that of my sister-in-law, and that was where I saw photos of my husband and his mistress and his family members at the airport taking pictures, all happy and saying their goodbyes. And he left me and my child behind. The shocking part now is that he wants to sell the house that me and him suffered to build. The house that is housing me and his son. He wants to sell it, and he wants us to move to his parents' house. And what's worse is that when I demand for anything for our child, he will give the money to his sister. His sister will go to the market and buy it and bring it to us. Like as if I am a thief. I am a very peaceful and prayerful and humble woman. I don't like troubles. I don't like to fight. This woman came and broke my lovely home. Please, I need your help.
My friend is always mocking me, and I've made it my life's mission to sleep with her husband. I've been friends with this lady since secondary school. We went to university at separate schools, but we were always in communication. After university, we served in the same place, so we've practically been friends. So when we graduated and everybody has moved on, I got pregnant for my boyfriend then, who wasn't rich. He's not rich till now. He stays in a room and parlor self-contained. And I started living with him when I got pregnant. I gave birth to that child, and as I speak to you, we are still not married because I'm the first child of my family and I'm from the East. My baby daddy cannot even afford to marry me as I speak to you. Not like he doesn't want to, but he cannot afford to. So this friend of mine got married to a very rich man. They stay in a very luxurious apartment. The man owns the house. They are very rich. So whenever I have any issues financially, I always reach out to her and she has been helping me. But the problem is, if she helps me once, she's going to mock me like 10 times. We have a group chat of only ladies that we've been friends since secondary school, university. You know, we've been keeping in touch since secondary school. If this girl should send me 20,000 naira, for example, she's going to post it in the group chat that I just sent one of us 20,000 naira. Some people are suffering and everybody in the group chat is better than me. They are all doing well. They are all married to rich men. I'm just the poorest in the group. So when she makes statements like that, and I'm the closest to her, she's practically my best friend. When she makes statements like that, everybody knows she's referring to me. She doesn't even need to call my name. So there was a particular time we were planning for our reunion. So she asked me if I was coming. I told her I wouldn't come because I didn't have what to wear. I don't want anybody to laugh at me. She said I shouldn't worry about that. So she sent me 20,000 naira to get anything I can get. So I got a gown and I got a new slippers. I made my hair. I just did attachments all back. I looked very okay. I didn't even go with my baby. I left my baby with my neighbor and I went for the reunion. I was looking as normal as possible. If nobody told you about